Amber's just reminded me of something, because it had actually slipped my mind what today's date was. But isn't this funny that I'm getting it on the very same week that I launched Challenge Britain, which you now know to be Step Up Britain, into the media? So literally 11 years today, I was with me and my 4 children. 11 years today, plus the day yesterday, I would have been sat on that sofa with that photograph, with Aaron on one side and Faith on the other, literally 11 years ago today. And isn't it funny that I'm having all of this harassment around this day? Why is this day so significant? This is the day and time that government, for the common people, set the budget for winter. That is all we are allowed. Whatever they set for the winter is the money, and that's it, right? It is also the time that they confirm our laws in writing, okay? So the budget basically goes on. So I went out in the media on the 20th of October 2010, okay? That was my local paper, and it was the Chorley Guardian, and I sat down with, what's his name? Chris something, who wrote the first ever article on Challenge Britain. I was with Aaron, Faith, Liam and Daniel then. Now, the irony is that Step Up Britain, well, Challenge Britain, had actually been launched way back before this. So I'd gone through the 28, the 28 week self-employment thing from Chris Maguire. Amber's just reminded me. So Chris Maguire, who was the editor of the Chorley Guardian, used to be the editor for the Daily Mail. He was fired from the Daily Mail, or left the Daily Mail, I don't know, and became the editor of the Chorley Guardian, where I was living in Leyland, Chorley. So on the 20th, the article went out about Challenge Britain, which is the first ever original article which says that I was launching a manual. So it was a manual for self-improvement. So basically, I had a manual. So it was who you were, where you are up to, all your steps, all your stages. Go through your family tree, who's in your family, go through what you like, what you don't like, what traumas you've been through, blah, 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 blah. So it was basically just a manual for you to work through. Now, originally, this was going to be a programme with 7 people on the BBC, and then you were all going to follow it and watch it on TV and be able to sit in your house, download it off of the Step Up Britain website, and you would have been able to have worked alongside with the people that were going to be doing the interventions with the 7 people on the BBC. That was what was originally meant to happen. Then, of course, I get a phone call after this has gone off into the Chorley Guardian, Leyland Guardian, and then it went into the Lancashire Evening Post on the same day. From that very day, my mother and my sister started trolling the media, telling them that I have my breast implants done, that I know how to play screw the system, that I don't have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And then my mum actually emailed the people who were taking over all of my media, which the irony was Max Clifford. My mum emailed Max Clifford. I have a copy of this if she ever wants to say that she didn't do it. It's in my email system. Of course, they emailed it to me. That said, if Kelly said that she was ever sexually abused, this is not true, right? As you know, Max Clifford's now in prison for everything that he's done, blah, 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 blah. But all this aside, I was just literally a mother who had been in the relationship that I had my 2 boys, had a very amicable relationship with the boys' dad. If I went into A&E, it wasn't a problem. Aaron and Faith were not Graham's responsibility, and nor were they Liam and Daniel's. However, Liam and Daniel took on the responsibility of their brother and sister and understood that if mum was washing up, they didn't mind playing with their brother and sister. In fact, the boys even enjoyed saying, we're going up to the park and we take the kids up with us. There's only going to be a few of us, not a problem. And I trusted my boys to be able to do this, as they had older friends there as well. Over time, Liam was obviously 15 and even stepped in to help me when I was having Faith, as in giving birth to Faith. So Faith was born in March 2010. Okay? So my little girl came into the world in 2010. I knew at some point, as a mother to 4 children, that government was going to kick the benefits off mothers with 4 children. And this wasn't just going to change for new claimants. This was going to change for everybody. I knew all of the change-ins that George Osborne was announcing, what it was going to do to people on PIP. I was a mother who was on higher rate disability, higher rate care. Okay? I had a Motability car. I got benefits, but I was also self-employed. Now, who was going to be paying my wages? Government. £99 per person that went through the, it was £147 for each person through the benefits system to go through the programming, right? Actually works out more than that officially. So basically every single person of you that is in the job centre, paid for by government, you are supported in ways that you don't even realise you're supported in, just because you tick that bucket that you're on benefits. Don't forget, guys, you've all got to go stand outside soon and get the address of your house and make sure that you're proof who you are. So anyway, at that time, it wasn't universal credits, it was income support. Oh yeah, so actually it was Kate Bamber who actually came out to interview me. Now, when Kate came out, I had, like I do, writing on the wall, notes on the door, positive notes. She wrote a very, 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 very different article. Now, Chris being the editor, and she was a junior, which, if Amber wants to, she can post everything in this live along with it with Kate Bamber's award. So that journalist got an award by writing my article, okay? Chris Maguire decided to completely re-edit it and turn it not into a story of hope, a story of thing. He decided to use it as an arrow. I sat there and went, Chris, you can't do this. He went, Kelly, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll write a thing at the back to thank you, so people know that, you know, you're opening this up, but we're going to be using you as basically an arrow to shoot this into the system now. Are you prepared for this? And I said, yes, I'm prepared for it, but I'm not the one saying blame the system. And he went, well, you either want to shoot this into all the papers or you don't. So I sat there and went, okay, let's go with this. So he printed a front page article, which was of me and my 4 children with Benefit Britain. Mother challenge says she needs to earn over 60,000. And the reason I was saying 60,000 is because, one, that's right. When as a mother with 4 children, one, you get income support. With that income support, you then get the allocation that says that you're sick, then obviously the disability living allowance, then obviously the car insurance, the fact that I got school dinner money, all of these things that added on. I went, hang on a minute, I need to be earning plus tax, national insurance. I have to clear the system with over 60,000. So the whole point was I was going to run as MP in Leyland with a salary of 60,000. Obviously, that didn't happen because then the Daily Mail came to my address and house when I wasn't in. And they took a photograph and looked through my window and all of this and went about all the Xbox scattered on the floor and all of this. That was them looking through my window. I hadn't actually come and interviewed me. I was in London for Daybreak. So I'd been in London for 2 days and I'd gone down to do the live version of Daybreak. On that Daybreak thing, I sort of swayed because they asked me about my university and it was live. It wasn't planned, it was live. And I'd literally just been sitting in the makeup room with Denise Van Outen, having a conversation with her. And I'd just been speaking with James Khan, who had come through and who was the one that I really needed to go to the toilet and threw my daughter in his arms, went to the toilet and come and got back quick. Liam and Daniel were in the green room with the in-betweeners. So that was the 23rd of October, if I'm right. So the 20th of October, it went out in the Leyland and Chorley Guardian, Lancashire Evening Post. Then it hit, obviously, all of the local papers all the way around the UK. Then it hit things like the Daily Mail, the Sun, the Guardian, the Express, and a couple of other things. Then I was asked to go on the One Show. Now, then all of a sudden, things started flipping and changing because I was on live, and someone like me who's on live can go bang in seconds, okay? I'm uncontrollable. You can't, it's like my dancing. You can't 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for me, right? Just like you can't get me to go, hi, Aaron and Faith, this is our goodbye contact, and I've got to say goodbye to you for the rest of my life because I don't want to raise you, I don't love you, and I don't need you. You can't make me say that. Had I gone to that goodbye contact of my children, I told my children the last time I ever saw them, watch the papers. When you see your mum on the papers, you know where I will be. Run. And I will be there. And I mean this, Aaron and Faith. When the time comes, if I haven't done this through the court systems, boys, if I haven't got these people for what they have done, when the time comes, Aaron and Faith, and I know somebody's watching, you run, and I will be there, and I will not let these people take you back. I will put you right behind me, and I will stand before these people, and I will stand up for you the way I couldn't stand up for you back in 2012 when you were taken. I was used like a pawn, mate, by the media, by campaigners, by people. Even when my kids were taken, I had campaigners trying to get me to go and do things because they wanted to use me as a weapon and tool. Even who is it? Archie, whatever it is. That man's a freaking spice head. He's getting people to go up on top of buildings, mate, when he's a freaking spice head. Martin Matthews, mate, was getting people to go and do stupid little pranks, and he was trying to get me to do them. And it was like, I stand in my own space, mate. I don't need to be used as a pawn by anybody. And then what makes me feel really sick about it is I now find out that all this trolling that I have been having by all these people has been because they so-called wanted me to come to Portsmouth to focus on my family. But they've caused me so much distress. So anyway, I'm going to finish what I started. And I will finish it. Today is the day that they will start preparing the budget, mate. So today is the day that you all need to sit down and go, hey, my name is so-and-so, and I need a coat for the winter. I need some good shoes. I need some waterproofs, some snowproofs. We need a home. We need shelter. We need heating. And this is how much it's going to cost. The next bit comes after.